welcome to the Never Drinking Again podcast with me, Aidan Perrins.
And me, Dan Ross.
And who have we got on this week?
So we've got Sham Zaman in, talking about his ideal night out and a lot of other things.
Yeah, we actually, the format's got derailed
that
somewhat.
got put right in the bin.
Very much like a great night out would.
Oh, exactly. And speaking of nights out, this is a weird one, this podcast, because we're actually recording it in the midst of us kind of being on a night out.
Yeah. So we've gone up for pizza and some drinks.
Yeah, shout out to Rudy's Pizza in Birmingham, who gave us free pizza because they were big fans of the pod.
Yeah, we first sponsor there.
Yeah, that's why they gave us free pizza.
And
it was really good to be
fair.
some
beers, and we're going for some more beers later, aren't we?
Lads.
Lads.
I really wanted to press one of the buttons then. Lads!
There we go. I don't know how long this lasts until it starts. Press it again when it's... Oh,
you started again.
No, okay,
We'll just wait. Talk amongst yourselves. Lads.
There we go.
Yeah, so we're going for a few beers after this as well.
Yeah, and we're about to listen to Sham talk to us about anything and everything, and a bit about
very briefly
going out. Yeah, very
out.
briefly about going out.
Enjoy.
Hello, Sham.
Hello.
Welcome to Never Drinking Again.
Oh yes. Here we go. Party time. And what are we doing there?
Well, should we get straight into it?
Yeah.
or-
So what we're gonna get from you, Sham, is we're gonna listen to your ideal night out.
Ideal
And
night out, okay.
Ideal night out, and
Yeah.
then my good friend Aidan here,
yeah.
he's gonna judge you.
Oh.
He's a very judgmental person, he's Aidan.
Okay, that's
so
fine. He's got strong opinions, has he?
strong opinions
Oh my God.
that I will not follow through on.
Oh, okay. Right, mate. I had my ideal night out last week. Actually, I did the Project Mayhem.
Yeah.
I run this comedy and plug in my own night. I run this comedy night, and what I do is I get to handpick all my favorite acts. So I put on the greatest show on earth for myself.
Well, you've
And-
not had us on.
yeah.
So,
Well, eventually you will. But I strongly advise you come down. It's at the church and it's on the second Sunday of the month. And, like, it is the perfect night out for me because, like, I'm seeing all my best comedians performing brand new, untested material as well. So there's a risk that it might die. And then I MC the night as well. And, like, the way it's run is that I want the artist to be completely relaxed. I want them to have notes on stage and just to mess around and enjoy each other's company. So it's just beautiful. And then after that, after the gig's done, like everybody, like I did an award ceremony because we got criminally ignored again. So I did my own really cheesy. It was really funny. I had like the baddest MF on the circuit, which was Eric Rushton. He's pretty badass. And I had, do you know who Ben Briggs is?
I've seen him posting about his podcast. I've never met the guy.
He's fantastic. He's my favorite act. So like when I'm like creating sets, I have it in mind. Is this as good as something that he would write as well? So he performs like quite regularly on my night, and I always feel like that Waynesville where they go, we're not where we were. Like he comes down and it's just amazing. He performs like brand new stuff in front of a crowd, and he's quite vicious as well, which I really love. He's really do you like dark comedy? He does like really, really vicious dark comedy. So like he'll come down, he'll blast away. So it's good because like we've got some acts that are on the third gig. And he's been going for about 12 years now. So, like, everybody gets to meet each other as well. And then we go to the Actors and Bishop afterwards, and everybody gets drunk. So, yeah, we do that once a month. And it's the 9th of February, the next one, and everybody's welcome.
Straight in with the self-promotion.
That's Project Mayhem at the church.
At the end, we're going to do you want to plug anything? Straight in.
Get the plugs there straight away.
But it is my friend. It's amazing that I can do this because I've got, like, a separate room. Like, you two have seen, like, comedy, ran. And if you haven't got like a separate room,
Yeah, it can be
you've
difficult.
got like it's awful because like you can't really control the crowd. Whereas like I've been running it for a while now, so like the audience know what to expect.
You got regulars.
I've got regulars coming in and they're drinking as happy. I don't drink, by the way, but
What?
Yeah,
Fuck!
I'm sorry, yeah. So, but I do drink like other chemicals. Like H2O, high quality H2O,
High quality.
and milk as well, and coffee and tea.
Where's your favourite H2O in the country?
Just Severn Trent water.
Still or sparkling?
Birmingham is good
never
water.
Sparkling. I will not have sparkling. That's
My man.
Yeah, I mean, people have said that we've ripped off James Acaster's podcast.
We have
so
just
saying
straight
still
in.
parking.
No, not people. You specifically, one of the hosts is.
I mean, that's where we got the idea from.
I'm guessing James Acaster overheard your.
Yeah,
your
he heard
conversation in a
like
park
2 years
somewhere.
ago.
Yeah.
He heard that I was possibly going to in 2 years do a podcast about the ideal night. And he's like, "Oh, let's do our ideal food podcast instead." So
What
Yeah,
would
so
be your
we're
ideal
going
food?
still water from Severn Trent
There
as
you
the
go.
drink for
A
the
hell of a
evening.
drink. Oh, I'll go for Iron Brew.
Oh yes.
Yes!
Oh, made
Now
in
we're
Scotland.
talking. Party time.
Oh,
As,
made in Scotland from if I'm feeling wild, I'll have
What does
like
it taste like, Iron Brew?
something like girders. I think.
Sugary.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know. No one knows.
It's made from iron girders.
I like cream soda. That's a wild drink.
It's
if I'm
orange.
feeling
Doesn't
mental.
taste like orange. What the
Cream soda, as well as being a nice drink, is also good for getting stains out of clothes.
There you go. So it's like.
I mean, I say that with someone with wearing a very heavily stained white t-shirt, but yeah, I've heard that cream soda is good for getting stains out.
Is that not? Is club soda different? Because club soda's the thing for stains.
Yeah, I may have said something wrong there.
Yes,
But
club
thanks.
soda is for stains, which I actually don't know what club soda is. It's an
It's a-
American thing.
It's a soda that's sold in a club. I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
in the
I don't
club,
know.
it's 50 cent soda. In the club soda.
Yeah, club soda. Yeah, so they can just jack up the prices. Yeah. There we go.
I prefer candy shop soda.
Oh, that was. We'll edit that
Let's
out.
just see how many people can name 50 Cent songs.
In that club.
Indie club, candy shop.
Yeah. I got shot 8 times in the face. Is
He
that
got shot
song?
8 times. It's 50 Cent. He doesn't bring it up a lot, but he did. He got.
Wasn't it more than that? Wasn't
Oh,
it
I
like
thought it was
17
9.
times?
He was like a drug dealer when
I
he
thought
was
it was
10.
17.
50 Cent, if you are listening, please get in touch and
Yeah.
let us know
Tell us how many times
you
you
got
were shot.
I don't think he was shot 8 times in the face because he wouldn't have much of a face left.
No,
I know
no,
he's
that
got a
would be
bullet
it.
lodged in his tongue,
In his tongue.
which he said is very helpful for cunnilingus.
Oh, that's
That
nice,
what,
isn't it?
that what he said.
That's what he said. I mean, he may have put it in less polite terms than I've done, but
Might go off at any opportune moment. That'd be interesting. In A&E, yeah. There we go.
yeah. So advice there, Fiddy, if you are listening.
I'm sure he'll be listening to this podcast.
I mean, I could just about convince my mates to, so
Yeah.
I'm sure 50 cents is. That's the very next person I'm
I mean,
looking at.
he's not done anything in about 10 years, so like, he's not got anything
The
else.
last thing I remember him doing actually is that bulletproof game he brought out on PlayStation 2.
Oh, when
That's
some-
how long ago that was.
Yeah.
The plot of which was some bitch stole his skull.
Was that?
Yeah.
I
I only
literally
know that
remember
from
the
Charlie
front cover.
Brooker's Games Wipe.
I'm sure he's become like an actor now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's acted in
Did you
things.
see?
I feel like he's acting
He was
as
in a-
himself for most of the
He was
time.
in a Pacino De Niro film, which is like the worst Pacino De Niro film
Ah.
that's ever been.
Not The Irishman.
Not the Irish.
So it's not just him sitting in the corner for 3.5 hours straight.
Man, that's
Do you
a
like
long-
The Irishman? Did you
I've not
say it?
seen it
I've
yet.
not seen it because it's
3
4
hours,
days
yeah.
long.
Oh, spoiler, the bad guy done it.
Oh, what?
It's fantastic. You gotta sit through it, man.
See, what pissed me off about The Irishman, right?
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, that
Is-
you haven't seen.
About, yeah,
Okay.
the Irishman that I haven't seen is
Yeah.
like a month or two before, Scorsese, who directed it, came out and was like, oh, Marvel
Marvel's
films
killing
aren't
cinema.
cinema.
Yeah.
And then comes out with a 3.5 hour film with Robert De Niro
Yeah.
again,
On fucking Netflix,
which
as
is
well.
done a million times.
So, like, that was the soundbite, but if you listen to the interview, it's really interesting. What he said was that, like, the studios are only putting money behind Marvel superhero films because they are making a lot more money back, and they're less willing to put money behind, like, more
Avant-garde.
avant-garde or, like, experimental material. So, like, he wasn't, I think he
Okay.
was kind of, like, having a dig at them because he doesn't watch them anyway.
So that's a point, though. But although it is still a comic book movie,
Yeah.
Joker is a
Fantastic.
ridiculous film to get made. Like, if you watch it,
He was
there's
supposed to
no.
direct that.
Yeah, was he?
Yeah, he was supposed to direct it.
Oh, so he's just bitter. He's just a bitter old man.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically that was DC, not Marvel.
Yeah, no, but it's
Oh,
a comic. It's a
we're gonna
comic
go
book
there.
film, which is what I said.
Okay,
I didn't get
okay.
it wrong.
Apologies.
But that
Oh,
was
one
that shouldn't have
mannequin.
been made compared to other films. That was brutal, and you can't believe it was made if you watch it.
Made by the
So
director
it's
of the classic
Scorsese's point
Hangover
of
3.
they're not putting it behind risky movies. Joker was a risk, I think.
But he still had that name
Yeah,
attached to
exactly,
it.
yeah.
If it was just Fred Bloggs
Yeah.
as a mental breakdown, then I think that they wouldn't have pulled away from it. But they did really, really well with that movie. Joaquin, how do you say his name?
Joaquin.
Got it
I
wrong
think.
for
I don't know.
Joaquin.
I think I said it
Joaquin.
much more Latino than it
Joaquin.
actually is.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah,
Joaquin.
Like, did you like Deadpool?
Yeah.
See, fantastic.
I'm a big
movie,
fan of
man.
Deadpool,
Yeah.
and I think Deadpool did open
Guardians
up the
1 as well.
genre of you can make a lot of money while being
An R-rated.
risque and brutal and all those things.
Do you remember Blade?
That
Vampire
is-
Hunter.
I actually
Yeah.
haven't seen Blade.
That was the first one, man, that broke through. And
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes.
Jesus. It's just fantastic. It's really, really good. Really vicious. And then I'm sure Guillermo del Toro did part 2. And that is just insane, that one. You got to watch him, man. Yeah. So we've turned it back into film.
Yeah, we've gone to the film show
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I love
Wasn't Ryan Reynolds Wade Wilson in one of the Blade films?
No,
Yeah,
he was Wade Wilson in
X-Men
Origins
Origins.
Wolverine, but he was also in Blade Trinity.
Yeah.
But not as Wade Wilson.
No.
Oh, okay. That's where I've
Yeah.
got confused.
Yeah. Wait.
Triple H was in that one, if any wrestling fans out there.
Oh yes. Apparently Wesley Snipes got really arsy about them casting Jessica Biel and the other guy because he said that why do we need other stars? I'm the main star, so he used to refuse to get out of the trailer. This is all gossip that I can't. It's not based on any facts. It's just tittle tat. Are you a fan of Weatherspoons with your podcast? Is that a thing?
We would never turn our noses up at a Weatherspoons.
It's
you
one of
quite
them.
snotty?
It's like, so me and Dan are a bit kind of, we're snobby about our
We're
beers.
what's known
okay.
as craft beer wankers.
Oh,
Yes.
connoisseurs. Okay.
However,
Yeah.
Weatherspoons
Yeah.
is £2 a pint.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's why
We're
I
also
everybody know that.
functioning alcoholics.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Functional alcoholics who are not wealthy. So,
Yeah, we work in bars, so we can't afford.
Oh, do you work in bars?
Yeah.
yeah. So that's kind of where
The
this
like
all comes
tagline
from.
we had from the first episode is that we're the best bartenders in Birmingham, but
Oh.
that is 100% not true.
Are you a fan of the film Cocktail?
No, so
Not seen
we
it.
literally just pour pints.
Okay, you just do that. Watch Cocktail, you might learn some
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
man. He's throwing things around. He's on an adventure.
I don't. We don't work in
We
bars.
throw-
but we do cocktails.
We throw things around, but that's after we've had a few drinks. At
Yeah.
work, yeah.
Well, were you there with the catch the glass game where I just throw glasses at people on the bar?
No, I think
dangerous.
that's what made me leave.
No, that would have been just before you came back then. So,
Which bars do you work in?
so there's one in Sutton Coffin called Brassy Kitchen.
Oh fuck off! Don't name where we were.
I don't work there anymore, so I can say what I like.
Okay.
I used to basically.
We've worked in a
if
number of
somebody was
different
pouring
bars.
pints and needed an extra glass, and I was
Right.
the other side of the bar, I would grab the glass and throw it at them, and
Okay.
they'd have to catch it, otherwise it would smash.
Okay. I bet you were popular in that bar.
Well, here's the thing: you throw a glass at someone, no matter how bad they are at catching it, they will
They will
catch
catch
it.
it,
They
yeah.
will catch it.
Glass in the face is never fun.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah.
So yeah, Aiden glasses people.
Yeah,
Yeah, just for
For-
fun.
yeah, for fun though, not out of malice, just enjoyment,
Did you learn
love of
more?
the sport.
You know, as a barman, do you find that you've become more knowledgeable about the human condition?
Oh yes, or more hate filled.
I think we're kind of amateur psychologists.
Yeah, it's like part of the job is that you have to be. We're like unpaid social workers in a way.
yeah.
So, what is the normal crack with people? What are they unloading on you? Is it
See, it's
relationship?
not the norm, but there is the
A lot of people who lose their jobs immediately come to the pub.
yeah, and tell us straight
Straight
away that they've just lost their job, and
Okay.
we're expected to respond in a way that's human and
Yeah,
empathetic.
like this isn't even like
Instead
a
of, like-
one-off occurrence. This has happened quite a few
yeah,
times.
instead of being like, I'm a minimum wage, really don't care.
We're not hiring, so
And what's the funniest way that someone's lost their job? Has there been any comedy in there?
someone came up. It was like, "Oh, my wife's left me because she said I was cheating on her." I was like, "Oh yeah." And he's like, "I was, but she shouldn't have left me." I was like, "What?"
Well, she sat at the bar giving him daggers.
Yeah, she was at the other end of the bar.
That's so funny, man. Okay. Yeah. So, are you still doing comedy? Are you still involved, Dayton?
Yeah, man, you saw me like 2 weeks ago. Having that gig
that was
didn't
comedy.
go so. It did go well, but it didn't go so badly.
That
I
was
gave
stand
up.
up.
So the reason I'm asking that is like, I know you are, but the reason I'm asking, how involved are you traveling up and down the country, and then are you tasting craft beers up and down the country while you're before the gigs?
So I'm not just because I drive, and I'm a bad driver anyway. So
Okay.
I just,
Correct. Yes.
You'll have
You
to,
ask for this so often, fuck's sake.
You'll have to start doing car shares, man.
Yeah, because I drive a lot, so I tend to not drink at all when I'm driving because
man.
I'm a bad enough driver anyway that I
Okay.
could get
Yep,
pulled
yep,
over
yep,
for
yep,
drink
yep.
driving when sober.
How many times have you crashed?
I've actually not crashed any
yeah.
times.
Just a surprise.
Yeah, I've only been driving since April last year.
Oh, okay.
So not that long.
Okay.
But I haven't crashed yet.
Are you a nervous driver?
I've had someone crash into
Yep.
me while I wasn't in the car, but
Okay, that's
they crashed into my parked car.
Was it one of the people that you made fun of when they told you that they lost the job? That's what you were.
No.
Lost
My
the
car
job.
did get egged as well, which I got quite annoyed about because I
Yeah,
don't
it
drive every
ruins the
day.
paint,
I only
doesn't it?
drive every few days, so I didn't notice this egg on the rear window. And egg's hard to get off once it's dried.
Who've you upset?
I don't know, but so in about 2 weeks, right? Not in 2 weeks, but there's a period of 2 weeks last year where I got egged walking home.
Right.
Like somebody threw an egg out a car driving past and hit me square on. Really good throw to be fair, but pissed me off. Someone egged my car, and someone egged my place of work.
Someone's after you, man.
Yeah, man.
Someone's after
The
you,
egg
man.
council.
I got really paranoid.
I think it's a really aggressive campaign to remind you to eat eggs.
I know it wasn't just me because I'm like, as I was walking to and from work every day, I would see eggshells like everywhere. Like there's some groups.
It was during the summer holidays.
Yeah.
It's
Kids,
probably
weird. They'll find their way.
Yeah.
I reckon it's 50 Cent.
Yeah.
He's heard me talking shit about Bulletproof on PS2 and he's coming for me.
My
I'll
game
show
was
you.
class. So,
Yeah.
We do actually have a format to get through.
So,
we need somewhere to start. Are we starting at Project Mayhem?
Yeah, okay.
And we're drinking still water or iron brew.
Iron brew milk.
Are
Coffee, tea.
we having anything to eat?
We could have a pizza, we could have burgers, we just put everything.
I mean, we're looking for specifics, man. You know the format.
Yeah, but I'm not,
what would be your dream?
If you could have anything.
anything to eat.
Anything in the world. We're like we have magical powers as well, basically, so we can get you anything.
Well, can I have anything in the whole world?
Anything.
It shows how.
Yeah, but it's a dream night out.
I've got such a limited palate as
You
well.
can have a pizza from the streets of New York if you want.
Yeah, from there, and then they'd have to have all the meats on there. I think.
An all meat
meats.
pizza.
'Cause,
Like, literally
I have-
every meat.
Well, apart
Human.
from pork. 'Cause
Yeah, I was about to say that.
And I'm not a fan of beef as well for some reason. It's
So,
too chewy.
Chicken.
So you want chicken and fish?
I'll eat all the ugly animals, I think, because I feel sorry for lambs, because we've got to save the lambs, haven't we?
They're cute, to be fair.
They need a chance to survive in the world, and get disillusioned like I have. So, chicken, tuna, maybe they don't do mackerel, do they?
You can have a mackerel pizza if you want.
Yeah, just
It's
put
a dream, man.
it's a really sad dream. So it's thin
So,
crust and it's
chicken,
just
tuna,
massive.
and mackerel pizza.
A massive thin crust.
That sounds disgusting.
What about anchovies?
Anchovy? I'm not a fan.
Oh man, I love an anchovy pizza.
Yeah. Green peppers. No pineapple, please.
So, this is
Pineapple on
I-
pizza.
So let's get into this.
okay. I love pineapple on pizza. A ham and pineapple pizza.
What the fuck?
But you gotta get it right. You gotta get it a good one. So you need like really, really salty ham and proper like fresh pineapple.
Okay.
So you get that combination of like the sweet and the salty.
You never had cheese and pineapple poking out of
I've-
tin foil
I've-
on a cocktail stick that you just have it like a
I've had a
birthday party.
pineapple. I'm just very confused about how a pineapple had made it into the pizza world. Like, what happened? There must be some
Someone
kind
got a
of,
bit
like,
drunk,
story.
wanted a pizza. The
And
only
had some
toppings they had in their house were ham and
Like,
pineapple. and they're
certain
like,
things should be
"Let's
separated
do
the whole
this."
time.
Nah,
But it's just like a
sometimes
pizza.
people are
No.
cheap. I had a pizza not too long ago that had pear on it.
Okay,
Pear.
see, this is what I was going to say.
Pear and gorgonzola, was it? Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
How was it?
Really good.
I love a bit of pear and gorgonzola.
Pear and gorgonzola on a pizza.
I've had a rough life.
We're men of the people.
Yeah.
Would you have bananas on your pizza?
Depends.
If a place was offering banana on a pizza, I would
You
definitely
can get
try it.
you can get sweet pizzas that have banana on with like,
like Nutella and
chocolate,
stuff, yeah.
Grapes
Other,
on your pizza?
other chocolate hazelnut spreads
Yeah,
are
yeah.
available.
Cherry on your pizza?
Look, if a place was doing it, I would be like, oh, well, they've obviously tried it, so it must be all right, so I'll have it. I'll give it a go.
Because the pizza, to me, has to taste tomatoey. And the
Well,
tomatoey essence is lost in fruit.
Which is why I had the pear on the pizza, because I saw it and I was like, I've not heard of this.
Somebody
But obviously
can't get really
somebody
agitated
thinks
about
it's a
this.
good idea, so I'm going to see what it's like.
Aiden had a tomatoless pizza today.
Yeah,
How's that?
really good.
No.
Yeah, promotion for Rudy's
Rudy's
Pizza,
Pizza,
that
yeah.
we've tried for the first time today.
So it wasn't just like a base with just cheese sprinkled on there. It didn't taste like that. It was just
Describe
It's
your
just-
pizza, Aiden.
go for it.
Dough base,
Right?
then no
Standard.
sauce,
Okay.
cheese. There was some kind of meat. I'm not sure what it was.
Good on you.
Something leafy.
You said cheese. What kind of cheese was it?
It was smoked mozzarella.
smoked
Okay.
mozzarella.
No.
That tastes okay. I'll go with that.
Lovely.
Okay.
And then like loads of olive oil and stuff.
Do you think that we've got so bored of traditional pizza that we're doing this now where we're
Well,
just
like a white pizza is
experimenting?
a like traditional
Yeah,
Neapolitan.
that's a Roman thing actually from Rome.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
A Roman thing from Rome.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
Pizza Blanco, I believe they call it.
You're not half.
laughing, but this is like a genuine
Are you
thing.
half Italian, Aiden?
Pizza
Because
Blanco.
That was like
Pizza Blanco.
Pizza Blanco.
Pizza Blanco. That's a genuine thing, and it's from Rome.
Okay. Right,
Okay, we believe you.
Can you taste the difference between stone baked pizza and from an oven? Can you?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
tell?
We had
If
wood
you had
fire.
a blind-
Wood fire pizza.
If you had a blind taste test, would you be able to tell the
Yeah,
difference?
you can tell with the dough.
I'm not sure I would.
Oh,
I'm not
Philistine.
quite the connoisseur.
I'm a foodie. So like,
I
which
don't
is
know.
also,
I
which is also a
would-
euphemism for a fat bloke.
I've never described myself as a foodie. I like eating,
Yeah.
but I'm not a foodie.
Oh.
I just like chewing, I think.
Can you make pizza?
Masticating.
Yeah.
Can you make pizza?
I actually can make pizza.
Oh,
I was
wow, look at this
I was
guy.
for like a month. I was a pizza chef,
Oh my god, you show off.
kind
Okay.
of. So,
How
so
many
I-
people died from your
Well,
poisoning?
7.
you say that, but
Hey.
in year 8 food technology, I also made a pizza.
well,
so,
no, but this is people paid for my pizza.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that? What did you make? What was your specials? then?
We
There go.
so basically, I worked in a bar and we had like an separate outside.
We've already
bar.
said the name because I've slaved
No,
it.
we haven't. We had a separate outside bar.
Right.
So they were like, we want one person that can just be in charge of that.
Uh-huh.
So they made that me because I'm always given like every odd job. So I ran the bar and they also had pizza ovens there.
Nice.
So I would make the pizzas, and our main one was a full English breakfast pizza.
Jesus.
So
Okay.
it had sausage, bacon, and a cracked an egg in the middle. And put it in the. It was banging. Like,
Did you do the thing where you're rolling and
yeah,
throwing the thing up in the
you
air?
don't need to flip it. The flipping is like a
What?
theatrical thing. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
for show.
Okay.
So you just roll it
Are you
out.
sure?
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's what I got told by a guy called Matt, who may not be the most experienced pizza chef. No, but yeah, you roll out the dough, get the base on there, homemade tomato sauce, mozzarella.
They
and
were
the-
good pizzas, to be fair. I've had those pizzas.
Have you two found that all the food that you like will potentially kill you faster? Why is
I mean,
that?
everything that I like will kill me
Burgers.
faster.
You know, burgers, chips, fries, pasta with cheese all grazed all over it.
Basically,
Yeah.
every food with
Meat.
cheese on.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'll do. Like, give me a food and you're like, do you want cheese with that? Yeah,
Yeah, so,
absolutely.
cheese will always make it better.
I got to the point when I finished uni, I had like no money because didn't get a job, and I was like drinking like student wise, eating a lot as I am a large man, and I was also smoking at the time.
Okay.
So I was like, I have to give one of these up. I'm just gonna run out of money and
Otherwise-
die penniless. And I chose smoking. So,
Okay. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Apparently, it slows down your metabolism when you quit.
yeah, I
It
mean
does,
that explains
yeah.
a lot.
Oh, were you really thin at uni,
Yeah,
Dan?
I
Is
was,
that the case? When we look back at your
I was
photos?
size 0. I was like Kate Moss, but male. And
You've referenced your size twice now.
yeah.
Does it worry you?
It's half his material.
yeah. Half is generally like 3/4. Yeah.
Is it? Have you got any desire to change your shape? Are you happy with your shape? Because the reason I'll tell you why I'm asking,
Okay.
because you know Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
He went through a period. Do you remember when he got really ripped?
Yeah, he lost
Yeah.
loads of weight and got really
Yeah.
in shape.
And then when they interviewed him, he got big again. And they go, what's going on with that? And he goes, I thought about it, and we get like 80 good years, maybe 70, 80 good
Yeah.
years, right? And I'm just gonna eat whatever the f I want, because like I'm gonna die anyway. Is that your thinking, or what do you think about that
So-
attitude?
I probably, yeah, I should lose weight.
So I can put you on the
Equally,
spot. You can tell me to fuck
that
off.
mindset of like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I do have that a bit because like I see all these people who are proper fucking boring. They're like, they're like, oh, I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna eat all this nice stuff. I'm gonna have a fucking quinoa salad and spiralized beetroot.
Have you ever ate that?
And then-
Healthy proper healthy people are boring as fuck.
And then they could easily get hit by a bus.
No, but they'll still die. This is the
And
thing.
Yeah,
They're still gonna
Exactly.
they're
age.
still gonna die,
They're
and they're gonna
dying.
have
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
shit life.
Yeah.
And equally, if you get hit by a bus, if you're really skinny, you get hit by a bus, you're less likely to survive. Whereas I get hit by a bus, the bus is fucked.
I also
Are
want.
you an airbag? Is that...
I used to do a gag about that. Like, you know, people keep saying I could get hit by a bus tomorrow.
Yeah.
What are the bus companies actually doing about all these dangerous bus
Yeah, and
drivers?
it shows
I mean,
what
it's
little
so-
faith we have in West Midlands Bus Company.
But then you see like large people in their 70s and 80s, and
Exactly.
you know,
But look at Church. Churchill lived to was like 90 something, 92.
he?
But he was
91,
also a
92.
massive racist, so it could be racism. That
Yeah, maybe
keeps you-
racism keeps you alive.
just the hatred, like
Yeah.
Just
You're
racism
gonna
burns
keep
calories.
going out of the spite, being like,
Yeah.
right, they're
They're
definitely
not
going soon.
I'm not dying before then.
Chuck Berry stuff him. Get me Elvis. Jeez.
But like, he was famous for, smoke a cigar, have brandy for breakfast, all
It
that
was
stuff.
badass. Did you see what was that film? by
With Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Was it called
After-
Churchill?
No.
No.
Oh god, here we go.
It
It was really good. It's about World War II and his speech.
was all about Churchill, yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. But apparently, he used to like make his plans up and take phone calls in his bath,
Yeah.
smoking a cigar. And I thought that is a
That's
pimp,
the
man.
life, man.
That is a pimp. But
If I could do this podcast in the bath.
The famous thing he
We'll probably
said
get
to
less
his,
guests
I love that, man. Just
He-
bubbling
he
away.
famously said to like a secretary or someone, that was like, "Oh, you're too drunk." He was like, "Yes, but in the morning you gotta be sober, and in the morning you'll still be ugly."
Okay.
And old school sexism. It doesn't get better than that.
A ladies' man. But
As a show that's never had a female guest on, I don't think we should be bigging
This is
up
only our
sexist.
third guest.
Okay,
to be fair,
Fair.
we had 2 white men.
Are you going to be doing this on a monthly basis then, or how?
Fortnightly.
So the episode comes out every fortnight. We'll probably record every month or so if we can.
Just pop down to and then you could just cherry pick whoever you like the sound of.
Come to Digbeth.
There used to be a gig here across the road in the what's it called? The Quantum Center.
Oh yeah.
There used to be a gig there, but because it's out the way, it never used to.
That's the thing with like the gigs, the theme around here. Some will pop up and then disappear.
Yeah.
As someone that ran a gig that popped up and disappeared.
What's the best gig you've done?
Ooh.
There's one up in Sheffield.
Okay.
I'm going to again in about a month or so. A place called the Mill Owners Arms on Kellam Island. Like 80 people packed out, standing room only.
Oh, nice.
And just everybody in there they were all there to see. It was in the main pub room. It wasn't like in a private room.
Okay.
But everybody there was there to see comedy, and like everybody was really up for it.
Yeah.
Nobody was too drunk, and it was audience about my age, so it all my stuff kind of worked because they got it. Because
do you worry when you see an older audience? Like
sometimes I will be like, oh, I'm not sure if they're.
I find like younger people are more looser, and more welcoming towards.
They're more.
I find that as
like
a bar
I just want
man as well. Like young people are much easier to serve than old people.
Yeah, but young people are there like
Yeah.
I'm just here to have a good time, whereas a old person like I want you to impress me, and I'm gonna be really stubborn, and I don't want to be impressed, but.
What I'm enjoying about this conversation, I'm in my 40s now, so I am one of those old guys. But like when I see like a comedian killing, I really respect that because I think, the craft and like the way they control the crowd as well. It's just magical, But you're right. Like when I see people with their arms crossed, I'm thinking
they're not there
like,
to enjoy themselves. They're there to be like prove yourself to me.
And
that's a bad way to go to a comedy, especially amateur comedy, which is the gigs that I go to.
Oh, okay.
Like it's amateur comedy.
How
Go there
long
to enjoy it. I've done 10, maybe 12 gigs.
What got you into comedy?
Why
did you want to do it?
Just a fan of it.
Okay.
Watched it for ages.
Okay.
A couple of mates were like, I'd love to see you do stand up just from chatting to them in the pub and that. So I was like, I'm just gonna give it a go, see how it goes. And then the first time I did it,
where was it?
That was down in London actually because I was living in London at the time.
You went in hard, man.
Yeah, but I was living down there anyway, just outside London, in fact. And I was like,
Hertfordshire.
Yeah, Hertfordshire. Yeah.
Okay.
Points out that it's not quite in London, but yeah,
Okay.
just outside London. I thought, what, it was 20 minutes on the train. I'll go give it a go, and instantly fell in love with it.
Oh, fantastic! Okay.
Then I stopped for like 2 years after that, and only came back.
Had a bad gig.
Well, no, it was just I moved away from London. I went travelling and stuff after because this was when I was at uni.
Oh, okay.
Went travelling and stuff after uni, so I didn't really.
Are you from a performance background then?
No, not at all.
Okay. Same here. I wish I'd studied more.
Well, at university I did maths and journalism, which is not performance
It's
at all.
Not related at all.
Very head in a book.
Oh, okay. So you must have this
I've always wanted to
outgoing-
have a creative. I'm not even outgoing. Like in real life, I'd say I'm almost the opposite.
Okay.
But
You're not an introvert though.
I'm not a massive introvert.
You prefer your own company?
No, I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not like massively extrovert. I wouldn't say unless when I'm comfortable around people, I do
drunk.
get quite comfortable around people or drunk. I do get quite extrovert, but I wouldn't say that's my natural state. I'm very much in the middle.
I prefer like long periods alone, but then I start thinking, I thought of something. I need to share it with people. Then I go to the pub.
See,
and then I start talking to people or like performing.
For me, I just like having a creative outlet.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of why I started doing journalism at uni and writing and stuff there, just journalistic things, just because it was a bit of creativity on the writing side.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not super creative because it's still about things that happen. So let's just start.
But you've got to write in such a way that it'll engage the audience towards your point of view. So it still would be, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm quite there. Yeah, I think most of them still disagree with me.
Are
But
are you still doing journalism now? Are you working in that field?
No, I'm
Have you turned your back on it?
I haven't completely turned my back on it. If any newspapers are listening and are hiring, then,
Especially the Daily Mail.
I love the Daily Mail. Get them out. No.
Kyle.
Do you think that you'd be a good source, like
I think I'd be a good journalist. Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Dirt digger. Would you become a paparazzi? Is that one of your?
Did
desires?
you uncover?
See, paparazzi. I wouldn't want to be a paparazzi, but I find them fascinating.
Okay.
There was a documentary on Channel 4 a few years ago about like this famous paparazzi guy who was just the biggest blagger ever. Like he literally walked into the Sun newspaper. He'd never done camera work or anything before. Said he was like a massive paparazzi guy. I've just lost my camera. Can I borrow one of yours? And I'll go and get you stuff. And just went out and started lying to people. He just went out and started lying to people, like in the BBC stuff. I was like, oh, I'm here for BBC works. They let him in. He just got all the stars doing stuff.
See, lying works?
Yeah, and he just absolutely blagged his way to the top.
Were the pictures in focus?
Yeah.
They were just like loads of. He'd put the camera.
Eventually,
pictures of his face.
Like if you're taking enough photos and just fiddle with the focus enough.
This guy.
Honestly, if it's still on all four on the on-demand thing, I don't know if it is, but there's a paparazzi documentary, and it was just fascinating to watch how this guy just blagged his way into everything.
How much was he making?
Oh,
per photo? Did they pay per photo?
I don't know, but per year it was like hundreds of thousands.
Damn.
Because he was the best in the country at it. Because he just kept lying his way into places.
Shall we just become paparazzi? Shall we just end this podcast now?
It's one of the. It's like it's an ethical question. It's when I was thinking about going into journalism, asking myself this ethical question.
Oh, go on then. I like ethical questions.
Could I?
Yeah.
Go and work for a newspaper or something that I fundamentally disagreed with.
Like The Guardian.
No, but if Daily Mail, right, they're a massive newspaper, read by loads. If I wrote for them, my stuff would be read by so many people.
Yeah.
But I disagree with their stance on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I had a job interview at the Daily Mail.
What were you supposed to be doing?
Journalism.
Really?
But I did sports journalism. So
we both failed journalists.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But literally, I went into the interview and they're like main offices. If you could imagine like a building made by Slytherin, that is literally what the Daily Mail looks like. There's like a big snake fountain in the middle of it, and it's just like you like walk in there every day and just be like, "Are we the baddies?"
I think there might be.
Did you have the ethical thing of like, could I?
Well, I did, but I also had no money and had a flat
and
rent to pay for.
I bet they pay good, and you know once you're going
to be a journalist, you should know grammar.
We both know we've had a few beers before this recording.
So, with regards to sports journalism, would they have any political bent towards this?
They're not meant. So, like, that's one of the things people say about the Mail is that, like, the front page is terrible and horrible, but the back page is, like, really good sports journalism. And
so that's selling the paper.
So the funny thing about, like, the Mail would be, like, their front page, their news coverage would be stuff like, Raheem Sterling's bought his mum a house. What a fucking prick.
Yeah.
And then the stuff on the sports pages would be all like, Raheem Sterling's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
So it's one of those where
they
like,
had Martin Samuel who won like best sports journalist.
So like the news for any paper has an agenda of like we don't like this, we don't like this, we like this. Whereas the sport is very, very, very separate.
Because I've not studied.
But the sport is not just.
It's sport, yeah.
So how influential do you think that when it says the Daily Mail says that section and they tell you what's wrong with the world, how influential do you think that is on the general public?
Well, it's whether that's informing people's views or reflecting people's views.
Okay.
Well, so I think it's confirmation bias, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you already think that way a bit,
the
more you read about it, the more you go like, oh yeah, I was right.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't think that way, you can be like, oh, this person's an idiot.
It's like with Meghan Markle at the moment. What's going on? So some people have the opinion like the royal family are dicks.
Yeah.
And this story will just be like, proof the royal family are dicks. Mm-hmm. Whereas other people will have the opinion, we don't like Meghan Markle because she's black, basically. Yeah. And then they'll read that story and be like, oh, look, that's proved our point.
Well, it's because what you actually should do, though, you should always read... I think you should read the news that you don't agree with.
Yeah,
I should go and read the Sun and the Daily Mail.
Yeah, so it's like
because I disagree with it, but it's opening up another point of view. Which if I just read stuff I agree with, I'm not expanding. If you just
live in like an echo chamber, then Brexit happens, and you're like, what fuck? I did not see that.
It's like, well, so I gave the example to you, Dan, on the election day recently. I just spent my day on Twitter thinking, oh yeah, Labour definitely got this. Because it's all young people on Twitter tweeting hashtag Labour.
See, that's what
and I'm like, really this has got it.
That it just really saddened me that the whole... I don't want to go into it, but like, you're right. You know what you're saying about you should like read opposing viewpoints, but I still wouldn't pay for the Daily Mail.
No.
Thing is, it does piss me off after a while because for a while, I read this, I was like, oh, I need to get opposing viewpoints. So I followed Tommy Robinson on Twitter for about
Oh yeah, that's why you did it.
for about 2 weeks, and then I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's just like
how many times were you retweeting? Tommy Robinson.
Yeah, you look at yesterday.
hero.
He was wearing his Justice for Tommy shirt.
Do you think that you have to be extremely thick to be racist, or do you think intelligent people are racist?
I think intelligent people can be influenced.
And I also think intelligent people manipulate racism for their own ends.
Yeah.
Have
But
you watched Jojo Rabbit, the film?
Fantastic.
Yeah, and it's all about like how dumb racism and
Yeah.
like fascism is. That is so funny. It's like,
Is that out? I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
so
It came out,
good.
it's
Yeah, it's a bit like,
fantastic,
I am a Nazi. It's like, no, you're not a Nazi. You're
Yeah.
10-year-old boy. So I am a Nazi. I'm really into swastikas.
And you would get on to Hitler
Yeah.
eventually.
Any
but
podcast, you
Yeah.
get halfway through. It's like Hitler
Taken
straight away.
plays his imaginary friend, which is Hitler, but he's part Jewish and part Maori, I think.
Yeah, Polynesian.
Polynesian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he
Taika Waititi.
yeah, he did for
Ragnarok.
Yeah. I know Taika Waititi, and I've.
Was he involved in Flying the Conchords?
Yeah,
No, he did a
directed
film,
2 episodes of it.
And then he did a film, What We Do in Shadows,
That's
with
a funny movie,
yeah,
man. The
with-
vampire movie.
with
man.
one of
Jermaine
Clement.
Clement.
Yeah, Clement.
Sinclair. Is it Jermaine Sinclair?
I was going to say
No, it's
Jermaine Clement.
Clements.
Clements, yeah.
That's it.
Possibly. And then they had a spin-off TV show on BBC with
Yeah,
Matt Berry
Berry.
and Natasha Dimitri.
What kind of vampire do you think?
Are there types of vampire?
Yeah, well, what kind
No,
what would you do?
just take it as
Because
you.
you seem quite an ethical guy. Would you actually?
Oh
bite
yeah, would you
people?
try and get like cow blood or?
Yeah, I'd probably try and be like a vegetarian vampire, which
A
is
vegan
basically
vampire.
cows.
Yeah.
Or just like eat rats, just like catching rats.
Yeah.
And then because you don't have to sleep, do they have to sleep?
No, well then nocturnal, aren't they? They sleep
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah.
So
Which
they-
I do anyway, to be
Yeah.
fair, working in...
That's basically
working
work,
in
yeah.
hospitality, yeah.
So you live forever.
Biting necks.
and
See,
then-
living forever,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be down for that.
Why?
Like, I've lived for 24 years, which is not a lot.
Yeah,
and
no,
Are you
like,
only
I am
24?
tired. I am so tired
So
of
we,
this shit.
baby.
I just want to wrap this shit up right now. But
Okay.
That could be a tagline for the podcast.
wrap this up right now.
Yeah.
Maybe drink less. Maybe I don't know.
That's the only thing that stops me feeling dead inside. I'm not gonna.
You feel, yeah, at 24 you feel dead. Why do you feel dead?
Oh man, I don't want to get into
getting deep.
this. Is not.
getting too deep.
This is not the purpose of the podcast. It's to
Right. So, what celebrity are you taking drinking with you?
Yeah. What celebrity on the
I
dream
don't
night
want to
out?
go out with the Hellraiser. I'd love to go out with the Keith Richards,
Yeah.
right?
He will never die.
The drummer from the Who. You know,
Oh, Keith Moon.
Keith, I'd love to
He
go out
is
with
dead.
him because like I'd be out of my depth and I'd just be watching this guy completely lose his shit. I think it'd be fascinating.
That's like a
'Cause,
night out with Aiden.
no, because like the guy.
We're not talking about the events, Dan.
But I'd love to see him, just like because like, apparently he's the first one that started wrecking, hotel rooms.
Yeah, and he drove a
And
car
chuck-
into a pool.
Yeah, and chucking like a TV. I'd actually sit there with him, like stone cold sober, say, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'd be like, "I'm a rock star. I need to do this." I'd be like, "No, you don't." And apparently, he got banned from all the Hilton hotels up and down the country, so he had to use fake names and stuff like that. So I'd love to hang
Keith's
around
son.
with Hellraisers as well, like Oliver Reed.
Yeah.
Like they were famous for like beating the crap out
He
of
was
each other.
battered on the set of Gladiator. Was it Gladiator? Was the last film?
Yeah. I think so he's
And he was
offering
just
people to
pissed the
wrestle
whole time, yeah.
I'd love to hang out with like a Hellraiser just to try and get into their mindset and say what's happened to you. Do you think that they're just like unhappy people, or do you think that they're just so full of aggro that the alcohol just makes them want to beat the crap out of it?
I think part
I
of
don't know
it's
what's
like
going
showing off as well. Like if you're
Bravado,
that famous,
yeah.
they can literally do whatever they want.
They can.
So
There's
you keep testing it. To
Once
be like,
there's zero consequences
can I get away
for
with
your
this? Can I
actions.
get away with this? Can I get away with
Well,
this?
John Mulaney, famous comedian, had a bit about Mick Jagger.
Okay.
You've probably seen what he's saying.
Oh, where you just-
he's
Not funny!
he's the rudest guy ever because he just gets what he wants.
Okay.
He'll just put his hand out and be like, Diet Coke, and the Diet Coke appears in his hand. And it's like,
If you could do that,
yeah, if you could do that,
Yeah.
you'd stop with all the please can I have a Diet Coke, I'll thank. No, you just go Diet Coke and it appears.
That's
Everybody would be that way
amazing, yeah.
if you could be.
Gram of cocaine, boom.
The only reason we're nice is it's actually advantageous to us, but it gets us more things that we want.
Maybe that's why they're all
But
family
if you
or
get
something.
to a point of fame where
Yeah.
actually being nasty gets you more things that you want, you're gonna switch.
No, but he's just been like, if he's been that way since the 1960s, like coke and it just appears.
Yeah.
He's got no reason to change his behaviour at all, has he?
So if you spoil a kid, if you have a kid and you just
He's a
spoil
new
him
prince, isn't he?
completely, and every time they ask for something, you give it them,
Yeah.
they're just going to be that way. They're just going to ask for things.
Oh, when you like, you know, I'm just thinking, I wish I had a time machine, and then I try to like save celebrities as well. You know, like Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, yeah.
Because like apparently I was reading about his last days, and he was drinking too much, and he drowned in his own
Drowned in his own vomit.
How
Yeah.
can that happen?
He
How
got
can that
so
physically-
he got
yeah.
so drunk that he fell asleep,
Right.
and he threw up from all the alcohol he drunk, but he couldn't wake up because he was so knocked out, and he was slept face down,
Right.
so it all just like bubbled up and went.
Oh,
Man. That's a common way that people die, like choking on your own vomit.
Because I thought that the vomit
That's
reflex was automatic, and
That's
you
what the
wouldn't,
recovery position is all about. It's
Yeah,
about
Yeah.
sort of make
If you've
sure
ever
you
watched
can...
Breaking Bad, that's how Jane dies.
Okay, spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, spoiler alert
if
for the
you've not
TV
watched
show from
Breaking-
2008.
Yeah, if you've
No,
not watched
it's
Breaking
not.
Bad yet, you're
Yeah.
not watching it.
I mean,
like.
it's 12 years too late.
But yeah, so and also Elvis as well. I'd want to hang out with him.
Elvis
And
died on the toilet.
He did, but he was on prescription drugs, and I didn't realize this. That apparently it constipates you. A lot of drug users are constipated, so like the pressure
Yeah,
of
I
him
do.
trying to poo.
Oh, I am regular as clockwork. I
Yeah,
you know.
apparently, like the strain from him wanting to poo just like killed him.
Gauge his heart rate.
It's just terrible. And
Is
there was
is that what it was?
yeah.
Do you know
So-
he had like a big wall of TVs in his house as well,
yeah,
and
yeah.
when everyone is chatting, he'd just shoot them. Like if something came on that he didn't like, he's like bang.
I love Elvis. I've got a bit of an obsession for Elvis.
Have
to
you-
be honest.
have
I mean, I'm going off him the more I'm hearing.
Have you heard of the Elvis burger?
No, what was
he,
it? Yeah.
he invented his own burger.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's a burger
Yeah,
with peanut butter,
nice.
fried banana, and bacon.
Okay. Yeah, and he had he had,
And he died of heart failure.
but that was a lot of cocaine as well.
Yeah.
That was a lot of cocaine. But it's
Well,
just,
cocaine makes your heart beat faster, so I really don't see how that can.
but yeah, it wasn't beating fast for him. 42, man, too young.
Yeah.
What do you say? If you were Elvis's friend, would you try to advise him to like maybe?
But that's the problem. He's
Slow down.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Like, if you're like Elvis, mate,
His
he's
gang.
like, fuck off.
Yeah, no, he had a compound, and his chef was supposed to be available to him 24 hours a
24/7,
day.
yeah.
So like 3 o'clock in the morning, that's that Elvis burger. I need it now. Milkshakes and fries and all this kind of stuff. But then he used to do kung fu. Have you seen his kung fu moves on stage? He was amazing, man.
Oh
So
yeah,
give him
yeah.
a
The
raise,
proper, yeah.
love that guy. And then another Hellraiser, James Brown. I'd like to hang out with him
Yeah.
because he just randomly used to shoot cars. Yeah,
Have you seen the interview of
I'm
him?
learning
when
so much stuff.
He's like,
Yeah, man.
he's on the news. This is like 92.
yeah.
And he's doing like a
coked up.
comeback to it. And,
And
he's
this guy,
he's
I'm
like,
living in
oh
America.
yeah. They're like
It's
asking
so
him
funny.
questions. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's one
yeah.
of my favourite.
He goes,
like,
how you
news
doing,
clips.
James Brown? He goes, I'm living in America.
And there's a bit where they ask him a question. He just goes, "What?"
He's dead, the interview is dead straight. 'Cause she
Yeah,
wants to conduct
like classic like news. So
Yeah,
James Brown,
yeah,
I hear
yeah.
you're going on tour, and it's like, "What's that, sugar?"
There's another Hellraiser, Mike Tyson. Did you see him in his heyday? Apparently, he was driving a Ferrari that he bought, and it ran out of petrol, so he just parked it up and just left it there, and he forgot about the Ferrari. Yeah, so like, yeah.
So let me get it right,
There we
Sham.
go, yeah.
So you want to go out on Stillwater and Iron
Yeah,
Brew
yeah.
and go out with Mike
Yeah,
Tyson,
Mike
Keith
Tyson,
Richards,
yeah,
and James
yeah.
Brown.
And John Lennon, and I want to see their parties as well. And the biggest Hellraiser, I want to see Freddie Mercury's parties because they were legendary, man. He had like he had little people, and
Oh, who'd bring drugs out?
yeah, no, they had them on the heads, and they'd be walking around, you know. And he used to have like models, and they'd be lying there, and they'd serve meat off the models. Now I don't know, you two are connoisseurs. Would the meat taste any better off a human body?
No, I think it got like lukewarm and a bit horrible.
Depends what the
I'm
meat
not.
is
I'm
as
not
well.
a big meat eater, to be fair, so
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't comment.
No. But I want to be in that environment where something like that's happening. I think it's like an outrageous thing, and I'd want to see it.
I mean, I'd love to just do like one massive rock star party. Like,
Yeah.
Another one I'd want to see.
because
Is,
everyone.
do you know what was his name? The guy, the Playboy guy,
Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner. Do you know how he got his rocks off?
Oh,
Even till 80, right?
Go-
So
go on.
What he used to do was he used to get the girls all around him, and then one at a time they're supposed to pleasure him while they clapped. Go, Hugh, go, Hugh, go, Hugh.
That sounds like an ideal
And,
night.
Yeah.
No, but it's just the creepiest image I can think of, you know, like... oh,
Hugh Hefner's like the weirdest guy. Like
it's dead
the
now,
more
yeah,
you
yeah.
hear about
Yeah.
Hugh
Yeah.
Hefner, it's like.
Especially with like
What was going on?
modern day sensibilities. It's
And
like he's
it,
famous.
It wasn't like, oh, this was the 1700s. It was like, no, this was like 2 years ago.
2002. Yeah.
So Playboy, the magazine, I'll have to do a bit more reading. Apparently it was like almost the Rolling Stone before Rolling Stone existed.
Like the articles in it and like the journal is like meant to be really like high quality,
high caliber, and then like,
just new girls,
and then tits,
and then another one, and then but he'd get like really famous A-list celebrities in.
Yeah, and a lot of like quality journalists started at Playboy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there you go. So maybe that's where you want to aim. For,
yeah,
Playboy magazine.
Sure.
Would you work for Playboy? Would you be ethically against it?
I mean,
for
that's a definite yes. You would work for Playboy. You're like, I mean, as a photographer, yes.
I'm definitely more okay with sexism than racism, so I'll go for it.
Okay.
Playboy above the Daily Mail.
As the isms go, that's like very low on my list of priorities.
That's why we've had no female guests.
Oh, and then that Titus or Legolas, you know, the emperor that we
Emperor Titus.
I don't think that's his name. You'll have to look up Legolas, I think his name was. So this guy, he used to have parties and he used to like invite guests around. Obviously, they're eating and drinking. And when they got drunk enough, he used to like let lions and bears loose amongst them just to scare the piss out of them. And then when they used to go to sleep, he used to let loose snakes, but they were defanged. And then some people used to die of fright. So I'd love to see that as well. The extremes of human behavior. I'd love to witness it just as an impartial viewer, just to be around it. I think it's interesting. Like just a killer album and you make £100 million.
Yeah.
Would you do anything after that? You've got £100 million now. Would you be
because I'm driven by self-indulgence. Yes.
Okay.
I'm a self-indulgent creative type, so yes, I would do something else to prove that I could. Even if I couldn't. Even if I couldn't, I'd do it to prove that I could.
So your Vanilla Ice, would you try and beat your Vanilla Ice Baby song then? Okay.
Just ripping off Under Pressure again.
Yeah.
Just a bit, because I'm self-indulgent and I don't want to be, we could do it once. I'd be like, no, I could do it again and again and again.
Wouldn't you be fearful that the second single isn't as sharp as the first one? I'd be really scared, man.
Yeah, I'd be scared, but I mean, have you ever done a good gig and then written new material? Yeah.
I've never done a good gig.
I could just say that's it. Have you ever done a good gig?
Yeah, it's happened once. But I'm constantly writing material because, like,
exactly.
I get a kick.
You get material that's really good, and then sometimes you won't do it for. I want to do new stuff, and I want to prove to myself that I can continue writing and continue being that creative.
No, I never want to prove anything to myself. I just like the kick of like the chance. It's like a gamble. It's like I write something new and it might not work, and I like that. So like if it does work, that's when I get the kick. It's like a heroin addict. You're just looking for the next shot.
To me, it's to prove to myself that I can do it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm self-indulgent.
Oh, okay. Well, you're still new to it. Eventually,
yeah,
you'll be like, yeah. I mean, it sounds arrogant, or maybe I don't know. But like with me, it's like.
So how long have you been going? Just
3 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. But my plan is to go on for the next at least 50 years. See if anything happens with it. See if I still enjoy it, and then I'll quit. So I'll be like 97 by then. So,
okay.
Yeah. But
you'll be the Keith Richards of the comedy world.
No, it's nice because like we're creating worlds just for the pen and paper, and then bringing that to life on stage, and it's just addictive that you can talk about anything. Are you enjoying this aspect of it that is like completely
comedy
uncensored?
is a weird thing because it's one of it just can be anything.
Yeah. So you're only limited.
Well,
by your own...
art in general, I think.
Yeah.
You look at music or paintings or anything, and you'll be like, back in the 1500s, so like paintings are like this.
Yeah.
And then Picasso came along. It's like, oh no, paintings can be like this as well.
But with comedy, it's different. So it has to be amusing. It has to be interesting.
Not necessarily. Have you seen Aiden?
He killed, man. He did really well. He did really well in that little hut or whatever the hell we were.
I did do really well, to be fair.
You did well, man. You got laughs all the way through.
Yeah.
But
I think that was the Sheffield gig I talked about earlier, where that was just off the back of that. So pretty much any gig I did after that Sheffield one was gonna feel like I bummed because like the Sheffield it just went as well as a gig should go. You know what I mean?
Do you get nervous before gigs?
Yeah, massively.
How do you deal with it?
Smoking.
Drugs. So I get nervous like just before I go on.
Okay.
Then once I'm on, it's
I really need to wait for about 2 hours prior to going on stage.
Yeah, that's a bladder problem. You need to see
that. That's a UTI, that is. Okay. But then, what's going through your mind? Do you remember the thought process? Is it like a concern about bombing?
It's a bit of that. It's a bit of like, because I'm going over my jokes so much in my head.
Okay.
They stop being funny because I've gone over them so many times. I'm like, wait, these aren't funny. No one's gonna like this.
I suck. Like, what did I ever think I could do?
Yeah.
But then, if you've got like have you got like a tried and tested bit? That
There's one bit that, well, I say it this. There's one bit which I know always works, and if it's going badly, I'll bring it out.
Okay.
Apart from not too long ago, I did this. I brought it out, but then I forgot a key part in the middle of it, which comes back at the end.
Yeah.
And then when it comes back at the end,
It was like, what
I
are you on
realised,
about?
and no one was laughing, and I was like, what? And then I realised I missed out the key part in the middle.
Yeah.
I had like a 5 set that I'd done a few times and it got laughs like everywhere I did it.
Good.
And then I did it somewhere else and it got like no laughs. It's like, oh, this is not as solid as I
Well,
thought
you
it was.
hear that about like comedians on tour though, they'll have like a full polished hour, and then just randomly in the middle of the tour, no one's laughing.
Yeah. But so what I was gonna say to you was that's happened to me as well.
Yeah.
So like and you've got all this adrenaline because you're building up like a train. Oh, he's gonna kill, and then you do the line and just dead silence. But then that froze the rest of the set for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking,
100%.
oh shit, this was a banger, and now that's died. No, because like I'll start off strong with like my strongest material,
and
then fudge it with all the crap, you know. This like and then like you end strong as well. But if your banger's like not worked, I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, I'm dead now. I'm dead in the water. Then I go faster and then I run away.
Yeah, that's
Never to do that gig again.
So that's what I did when you saw me. It was I started with new stuff.
Yeah.
I started with 2 new bits about minute and a half
Rookie
long.
mistake, baby.
And I
gotta
realised that
go
afterwards when I was
yeah.
chatting to other people, they're like, I was like, oh, well, I've learnt not to start with new stuff because if it doesn't work, I just rush through everything else and then pretend, oh, I've forgotten a bit and it's only 3 minutes, even though I just talk really fast.
I try not to have ego on stage, but it's hard not to because like you're
everyone's paying you attention.
I know, you're the centre of the room, and like you've told everyone that you're a comedian, so deliver, please. And if you're not delivering, and like. Do you focus on people anymore? Like, do you see like someone not laughing and then you're thinking, Jesus Christ, does that put you off?
I try not to look at people.
So I'm an actor.
Oh,
okay. I've been in one play. But like we're taught to look. You look above the audience.
Ah, nice.
So I normally pick a spot at the back of the ring.
It looks like you're looking at them, but you're actually not. Because the worst thing to do as an actor is to look at the audience because your whole idea is that you're
but that's
not,
breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, but the idea
which
is
in comedy is different because comedy is breaking. Stand-up is breaking the fourth wall.
The idea is that you're meant to be so in the performance that you don't even acknowledge the audience are there. Obviously, there's audience work in comedy. But yeah, it's the idea that you just become so like one with the performance that you don't even worry about. Which is very hard.
Yeah, I think my problem is that in my head when I'm writing them, I'm like, and I'll perform it like this, and perform it like this, and I get up on stage and I'm like, if I really go for it and it doesn't work, it's going to look even worse than if I just half-ass it, which is the worst thing. I acknowledge that's the worst possible thing you could do, is just half-assing it, because if it doesn't work, it'll save face.
I had this bit where I used to go on about Gordon Ramsay, and I like proper went for it, like going like, come on, you fucking doggy, da da da. And like no one was laughing. It was like, this is the worst moment of my life.
But you've got to be shameless.
Yeah, you've got to go for it.
I'm all about disgrace.
Because if you have a half
no one really cares.
And if you have a half decent bit and really go for it, it's much funnier than a really good bit that you half-ass.
Yeah. So you've so when I'm writing, I have to be enthusiastic about the material. It has to be interesting to me. I'm trying like to write about subject matters that I'm actually passionate about. And that drives through the performance. I like what you said, though, that you actually think about how you look on stage. I never worry about that. Because I know I just look demented.
That's a self-indulgence / self-consciousness.
So have you got film of yourself and have you been watching it and then thinking, oh, I need to
I do watch it
more?
And
what's your critique?
It's a really hard thing to put eyes on yourself, I think.
Yeah.
But we have to.
Yeah.
I noticed because that's what we're selling to the audience.
I use my... Because in my head, I'm not using my hands at all. I'm like, I need to like gesticulate more. Then I watch myself back. I was using my hands way too much.
The thing is that I always know people talk a lot quicker than they thought they did.
Yeah,
so I'm always told like, if you're on stage and you think you're talking fast, slow down. If you're on stage and you think you're talking normally, slow down. If you're on stage and you think you're talking slowly, slow down.
That's my biggest thing. Is I talk fast. And then I start doing like gun fingers like a rapper. There's one bit. There's one bit I have where like
laugh on my joke.
There's one bit I have where I purposely talk fast for a sentence, and I watched myself doing it, and I was doing like gun fingers like a rapper going through a set, and I was like, oh no, I need to not do that.
Through the bit though. Were you getting laughed?
Yeah.
I think everyone was
That's
just
right.
scared. They were getting shot.
Because like I used to be precious about things, but you know the main thing is, are they laughing?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
What
yeah.
do you think? You
Yeah,
know,
that's the
even
like,
if it's stupid.
like doing stand up or like being on the circuit. You get lots of lots of friends on Facebook will be comedians.
Yeah.
And I always see people arguing over like whether you can say this, whether you can say that, what's funny or not, what's not. If people laugh,
Funny. Is
if
funny.
people laugh,
Yeah.
that's
It's
it.
funny.
Like
Yeah,
that's all we should ever be concerned
It's
about.
like
Who's your favorite comedian
Oh.
right now?
it's
Here
a
we go.
toss up between
Oh,
John Mulaney
Okay.
and James Acaster.
Why do you like?
stole all my answer?
Why do you like John Mulaney? I
There's-
like him.
There's just something about the way he presents himself, the
Yeah.
way he presents the jokes.
Yeah.
He's who got me into doing stand up.
Really?
Like I watched him and I was like, that's what I want to do.
Wow.
Same for me, it was Jack
Okay.
Whitehall because I watched him and
Oh,
thought
well.
if he could do it, I can do it.
That's funny.
No, but
What sold you? Because like he appears
It was-
to me as a very 50s comedian. Do you
Yeah,
get me?
it
Like
was
a very
more-
old school.
Yeah. Well, I think I like that
I-
because I
I was-
haven't seen
Yeah.
that because
Yeah.
I've grown up with a lot of
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah.
So he comes out and does that, and it's different.
Also, it's more like a traditional, what you'd regard as a traditional.
I think it's
stand-up.
different to what other comedians are doing
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Oh, so alternative has become the norm.
yeah, and so now the norm is all
Yeah.
So it's upside down.
By being,
Yeah.
They talk
you know,
about, like,
very
probably finding your
clean and
voice.
very, he hardly swears, I think.
No,
But
he doesn't.
he tells amazing stories.
It's
Yeah, that's the
intonation.
storytelling part of it though.
Well,
Like,
it's that and Mike Birbiglia is probably the best storyteller in comedy, I think.
He's good. He's
Yeah,
very, very
Mike
good.
Birbiglia's stories.
Well,
are
is that
incredible.
see? There's one thing that you can't really do with people is make them likable. And Mike Birbiglia,
yeah, it's very natural.
as soon as he walks
yeah.
out, I like him. I want him to be his friend. And John Mulaney as well. He's got
Yeah.
a grin on his face. You can tell he's either a very good actor or he's gone to stage school where he can fake like being like a decent human being as well. Jim Jeffries as well. I could listen
Yeah.
to him all day.
You just
He's
gotta-
such a cheeky.
you wanna hang
bastard,
out with
man.
him?
Yeah,
Well, it's
no,
like you want to
yeah.
get people on board, don't you?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Like if you come across likable, you've got people on board.
Like
So,
Anthony Jeselnik has gone against that. He comes across and he references it all the way. I'm better than you, and I don't know how.
Stuart Lee does it as well.
Yeah.
It is. I really like
love
Stuart
Stuart
Lee,
Lee.
but he has this thing of just attacking the audience,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
which if you go on Google, and be like tips for stand-up comedy, they're like make the audience like it.
Yeah.
Then Stuart Lee's like, well, you're all idiots.
Have you seen that vehicle that he does? The
Oh,
yeah,
Stuart
Stuart
Lee's
Lee's comedy
comedy
vehicle.
And
Yeah,
like I watched that, and it just blows me away, because that his style is like, is there anybody quite like him? When he like repeats like phrases,
Oh, yeah.
he's got this. He just says things which
and then
Anyone
he went
else
in the
could-
wheelbarrow, and I'd cut away.
anyone
after
else
the
could
first laugh.
say, it wouldn't be funny.
Yeah, but
Like-
like it's just his attitude as well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's just so angry as well.
And
Like,
he
I
wrote-
don't know if they're good jokes or if they just work for him.
And he wrote Jerry Springer the Opera as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like, I
he's a
think
legend.
John Mulaney writes good jokes. Like if someone else did John Mulaney's materials,
Yeah. Oh,
if
you
I
think
just
it's
went,
like-
if I just had John Mulaney's script and went on stage, people and nobody had heard it
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
people would laugh.
I mean, if you
But
look watch
Stuart
it,
Lee, I could if I just went on stage and did that, people were like, what the fuck's going on?
Do you get unwarranted feedback after your gigs from other comedians?
As in like bad feedback.
Not just people just saying,
look,
if you did this, you'd be way
sometimes
better. Do you? How do you react to
haven't
that?
had
Do you,
that.
do you...
I'll take it on, but like I mean, you can take it on board. Like no, like some of it has been helpful. Like when
Okay.
I first started out,
You need
I
to be
used
funny.
to the mic stand. I would literally hold the mic stand and talk. And this guy was like, take the mic off, walk back, and I was like, that was actually helpful.
Yeah.
But other people have been like, oh, you should write this joke differently and tell this story differently. It's like that would work for you,
Yeah.
but for like my voice or whatever,
Yeah.
like this is how they wouldn't work. Like
If you-
people,
if you ever
people
get
have told me to
cornered-
be more
yeah.
offensive.
Well-
I'm like,
I have it all the time.
Was it your friends from the Daily Mail?
they were like, we watched your gig.
Yeah.
You've not offended any races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, get homophobic a
Yeah.
bit. Just
Look at you! You look like a racist.
Because
I'm
like
Aryan as fuck.
the reason I ask is like how many gigs have you done now, Danny?
So I've been doing it about 3 years, but
So
not
quite a long time.
Yeah.
So like, do you still have an ego? When a gig's gone well, do you want to like keep that kind of psychological high?
For
'Cause
me,
I
it's
can't
like
sleep,
an
when I go-
adrenaline. Yeah. Like I used to do gigs
Yeah.
and then not be able to get to sleep until
Yeah,
like 4
and
o'clock
it
in
still
the
happens
morning.
to me
yeah.
now because like people like come up to you and they're like, I've made them laugh, and it's usually because it's new material that I never
Yeah.
thought would work. Like I do this new bit where I'm impersonating a dinosaur crying. For some reason, no, because he's a T-Rex, he can't wipe his tears and he's killed a fellow. Anyway, right? But it works, and it makes me insanely happy because like, what I decided to do was, right, I'm trying to tap in right now into Baby Sham because, like, you know, when I talk about serious subject matters, my own brain switches off. So I want to be like childish and silly this year with my material.
Yeah.
So I want to layer it. So like it's like, well, I ask people like, you know, do you want to bring back dinosaurs? And if they say no, I say, okay, don't you think it'd be a good idea? Because I'm from a rough area, Alum Rock. And they've got like big dogs, but I'd scare the shit out of people because I like the
T-Rex.
And then they're like, you know, do you like the? I don't want to do the bit, but you know, yeah, do you like the Grand National? And people say no. So guess what will make it more interesting? And I'm like, no, a T-Rex, right? And, you know, so I'll do the bit like that. But it's really, really childish, and like I'm enjoying acting it out.
Yeah.
So like. So then it becomes a thing where, like, so the T-Rex is there, and, like, then he attacks, like, another T-Rex, because, like, the gunshot freaks him out. And then, like, he starts feeling guilty because he's been reading Karl Marx, and he starts crying because he's killed a fellow comrade. And then he launches himself at the royal box because he wants to attack the ruling classes, so that's the bit. But what I'm enjoying is that that's a bit that could potentially fail.
Yeah, if you're not into it.
Yeah,
like,
if you're that's an example of
that,
half. Yeah. If you if I did that, it wouldn't work at all. So I'm like, look,
I'm a
guys,
dinosaur.
dinosaurs. Imagine, just imagine, guys. Imagine dinosaurs, right? And they'd be like, what? No.
So what I'm trying to do is introduce like, I don't know if you like TED or TED Ed. Have you heard of this on YouTube?
Oh,
TED Talk.
Yeah, no, but they got the child version because I'm thinking.
Oh.
Do you know because have you ever tried watching them? They're boring as
TED
fuck.
Talks.
Yeah,
some of them are really good.
No, they're good, but some of them are really, really boring.
I went through a phase where I was trying to watch one random one about stuff I don't care about every day.
That's brilliant.
Just to try and expand myself, but I got.
No, that's right. Well, I fall asleep watching
them. It was so hard, man, because some of them are like specialists, and then they're like trying to dumb it down, and I'm still like, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah. But I like them because they're interesting ideas that they, you know, and it's at the forefront of knowledge. But like the TED Ed ones, they do little cartoons for children, so I'm watching them now. So like, I'm getting a lot of my ideas from there. But what I was gonna say was, so like, you know, you got that high, and then someone comes up to you and say, you know, why don't you do this joke and stuff? And you just want to kill them, don't you? Shut the fuck up, man. You're like, oh,
you know who I am?
No, I don't. But like, you know, you said like that bit wouldn't work for me.
Yeah,
I had a guy. They always corner you at the Hollybush, and he goes, I was thinking about you the other day, and I go, hello, who are you? And he goes, you know, I'm another comedian. I was just thinking about the other day, and he goes, you know, your material. He goes, if I did that material, or anyone else did that material, it wouldn't work. It's just you. It's the way you act it out. Is that I think that's a compliment. Is it a compliment?
Yeah, definitely.
So like, then I started, and he goes,
it means you're a great performer. If only you could do it, then that must mean you a
that's
good performer.
Really good. And he goes that there's nobody else quite like you, which I really liked hearing. So I thought that's pretty good as well. But like I was thinking when he was saying it, I've worked really hard on these dinosaur tears actually. You know, and I want it to be good. I want it to be like layered and stuff as well. Do you worry about that, or do you want to just be silly and free? What about you, Danny, as well?
I just want to be funny. That's my main.
I have like level I want to get to, but because I'm quite early on, 10 to 12 years, I just want to get some laughs, and gather that momentum and sort of prove that to myself that I can do this and I can write a joke that people like.
Yeah, I don't write jokes though, man.
In the I mean, mine not really jokes.
I write stories.
I write punchlines and ways to build up to punchlines.
Yeah, okay.
But there are things I want to do in comedy, and I want to try and be you know the fad in comedy at the moment is to be profound and have some great idea.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I want to do that.
Go for it, dig away.
It's so hard, especially when you only do 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it's a 3-minute idea that I want to get through.
So here's the read Thus Spake Zarathustra.
What profound idea would you want to explore?
Well, that's the other thing. I haven't actually been smart enough to think of a good idea yet.
That's so funny. Okay. But is there anything that, like, when I'm doing that right club, what I do is I say to people, like, you know, what are the things that you're most interested in now? Like, you know, that you talk about all the time, and, you know, that electrifies you. What is that for you, Aidan?
Oh, you're
apart from drinking?
Yeah, I'd say like a lot of my acts does revolve around drinking.
Okay, so is that your main passion? Is that what excites you?
I think passion is pushing it. It's what I spend most of my time doing.
Okay, But what would you say you're very, very passionate about? You, Danny, you can
Well,
while he's
comedy,
reading it over.
really.
Okay.
The
It's
big
right.
thing for me at the moment
Or
is I
creativity.
don't want there to be a royal family in the UK.
Okay. So do that bit.
Also, I should be a dictator. That's
Yeah.
that's the thing that I want to do a bit where
Do it.
I
Do it.
right now.
Right. Yeah. do it.
Right?
Okay. Because like
No,
what's
but
that?
I'm trying to write
Yeah.
a bit which comes to the point where it's
Yeah.
like, and this is a good idea why I should be a dictator. I
Yeah.
just haven't come up with the policies on why.
Oh, okay, right. What do you make of boxing? Are you a fan of boxing?
I am slowly getting into boxing. I didn't used to like because it's fake, unlike wrestling. So I was never a big fan of it.
Do you feel sorry for the guys?
What
Well,
got you
yeah.
into boxing, Dan?
KSI, the
There
YouTuber.
you go. It works. Although
Yeah.
it was slated by the boxing community, it does work.
But also, Andy Ruiz winning was a big one for me.
Okay.
My fellow fat boys like taking over the world. That was
yeah.
I was buzzing for that.
Like,
Like,
to be
everyone
fair,
else-
he does know how to say Jim.
yeah. It was like one of those where like everyone else in the UK was supporting AJ, and I was like, let's go Ruiz
Yeah.
for the
he
rematch.
had the
And
power,
he
didn't
was fucking awful.
I was a big fan of Muhammad Ali, and you must have
Yeah.
seen like how he slowly
Yeah,
degenerated.
that's
And it was directly the result of getting punched in the head.
yeah.
Do you think people should, in this day and age, still be punched in the head?
Well, probably not.
Or our
no. It's
entertainment.
one of those where it's like
It's a weird thing to watch. And apparently, if you're there live, like
Yeah.
front row,
Yeah. You're getting
It's
covered in
yeah,
brutal.
I've heard
Yeah.
like it's horrible to watch
Yeah.
in the arena.
Yeah, because you
But
get covered
far
in the-
back, it's fine because it's like theatre when you're
Yeah.
far back. But when you're in the front three rows, the expensive seats,
Like watching
it's
someone
like,
get punched in the face is not fun.
by somebody who's very good at
Yeah.
punching people in the face.
Yeah, so like I've watched the older Tyson fights, and Jesus Christ, that guy was
Like
terrifying.
Tyson now looks a bit.
No, he's still strong.
Yeah, but I mean, he looks like he's struggling with having been hit in the head a lot.
Yeah.
Have
well,
you ever seen Mike Tyson Mysteries, the TV
No,
show?
is it?
Oh, it's amazing. Mike Tyson wrote a TV show
Right.
where he's a detective
Right.
with a ghost and a bird,
I
and
like
it's like
it.
this cartoon, and he goes around solving mysteries. And the ghost is played by Jim Rash, who was the dean in Community,
Yeah.
and
He
the
also
bird
wrote
is,
The Descendants, an Oscar-winning
Oh, did
film. Yeah.
and the bird is played by someone else, and it's just
Yeah, it was
it's the
actually
most bonkers thing, and it's amazing.
Right.
I don't know what TV. I saw it online
Probably an
somewhere,
online one, yeah.
but I don't know who commissioned it, or it might have just been Mike Tyson's really rich and paid for it all himself.
Is it
but-
aimed at children?
No, not really.
Okay.
Well, I can't remember it that well to know if there is like explicit language, but there's jokes which would go over the heads of kids.
Are you a fan of cage fighting? Watching that?
No, the thing I don't like about UFC cage fights is you can hit people on the ground,
Yeah, that's
and
not
it feels
nice.
like you should let people get up.
Yeah.
Because once you're on the ground, you can't do anything.
No. But the mixed martial arts community. You had the karate people and the kung fu people
Yeah.
and the jiu-jitsu people. This kind of irons everybody out.
Yeah.
And it says, okay, if you're really good, get in the ring and we'll find out. And it turns out it's the jiu-jitsu people. 'Cause
Yeah.
they've mixed up with judo. As soon as they take you down, they'll put you in a headlock and then
You're
it's all
done,
over.
yeah.
But it's just so ugly. And
Yeah.
they're all covered in blood. And when I'm watching it, I feel guilty. Like,
Yeah.
why am I... And then I've had arguments with people and they're saying, no, but they want to do it.
It's kind of bare knuckle as well, almost, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's
it's very,
dangerous.
very light gloves.
And
Yeah.
they're breaking their legs and sometimes their arms. You know that Conor McGregor?
Yeah.
Great personality.
Yeah.
I remember
He gets you into watching the fight because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
promotes
I
it
love
so
his
well.
tattoo.
Yeah, but then you watch it and you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like when he got battered by Nurmagomedov, that was
Yeah.
not a fun watch.
Well, that's going to happen. What makes me laugh is when he was violent outside the ring. And they
Yeah.
kept saying, we can't believe he was
Yeah,
violent.
it's like, it's his job.
It's like
can't
man
believe
does
it's
man
so
does MMA
unprofessional.
outside of MMA.
Did you see when he punched that guy, that old man in an Irish bar? He
No.
So Connor's got his whiskey, proper 12 whiskey, the best whiskey. It's gonna put Jameson out of business.
Right.
And so when he was not fighting and doing a lot of coke and impregnating people that wasn't his wife, allegedly, he went round like loads of bars in Ireland to give people a sample of proper 12. And
Nice.
this one old Irish bloke was like, fuck off. And so
Good
Connor
idea.
like punched him in the head
way.
and walked off and like got out. And the old guy was just sat at the bar. And like after he got punched, he just turned around like, what was that? Like punched by one of the elite fighters in the world. Just like,
He just tapped in. Yeah.
But
It's
yeah.
because it's probably a bottle through Jameson's.
yeah.
He's got quite an interesting tattoo.
And then
you
he's
a
got the
fan-
big lion.
He's got like a gorilla eating a heart on his chest. You can Google it.
Oh no, yeah. I've seen that one,
Would
yeah.
you have a tattoo? Have you got tattoos?
No, I've always thought about it. Like, I want to
Yeah.
get a tattoo of Homer Simpson.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
But have you
it's-
watched the latest seasons?
I mean, yeah, it's been shit for a while,
Yeah,
but like
so-
when it was good, I think it was the best show ever.
So would you?
Where would you get it?
I was gonna get a tattoo. Do you remember Captain Sparkle? When it like Homer.
No, is
There was an
Oh,
episode-
yes, the Japanese
one.
one.
Yeah.
I want to get a
Yeah,
tattoo
yeah.
of Captain Sparkle like on my wrist.
On your wrist where
Yeah.
people can see.
Yeah, so I can just be like, it's Captain Sparkle.
Oh, that would be funny for a whole 5 minutes.
It's something I'll probably immediately regret. But
I think that's hilarious.
we've gone massively off track. But
Yeah.
shall we finalise your night
Oh,
out?
yeah, I think we should
Here we go.
should sum up, see if you want to add anything
Yeah.
to this.
Yeah.
So we go to your comedy night,
Nice.
Project Mayhem.
Yeah.
We're having some still water and
Yeah.
iron brew.
Yeah.
We're having a chicken, tuna, and mackerel pizza.
Leave the mackerel. It sounds disgusting. Then.
Okay,
Yeah.
chicken and tuna pizza then.
I want fries as well.
Okay, we can have fries.
We have fries, chips, burgers, fish burgers, please, chicken burgers,
Fish burgers, chicken burgers.
Maybe a stir fry. Just chuck a stir fry in there.
It's a
randomly.
nice buffet.
Yeah, and then we need dessert as well, don't we? We can't be.
Yeah, what you're saying, dessert? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, this is becoming more of a food
Chocolate,
podcast
everything.
than anything now.
Ice cream, chocolates, everything. We need one of those fountains.
What's your number one dessert of all time?
God, I'm just bored. Just like vanilla ice cream with loads of chocolate sauce all over it.
Yeah.
Why not chocolate ice cream?
I don't know. There's something about.
Yeah, people moan
watching-
about vanilla, but like vanilla when it's proper nice.
Good
is really-
vanilla
is-
ice cream
It's got like
is-
chocolate sauce like melting over it, and together it just turns into this
See, for
bomb
me,
of happiness.
ice cream has to be 3 scoops, and you have 1 tiramisu, 1 coffee, 1 rum and raisin, and that's how you do it.
You're
Right,
mad.
Yeah, that's
Mad fan.
insane. Yeah, maybe you're more sophisticated than me. Yeah. So yeah,
New York cheesecake, that's the one for
is
me.
that? Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, that is good.
Like a
Again,
proper
vanilla, but
yeah,
really
proper
nice.
good vanilla.
Have you been to New York then?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Was it a big food
yeah.
thing?
yeah.
Ah,
No, New York's really good. Yeah,
okay. For food.
for everything. Like it's
Okay.
literally, you could say like you wanted anything,
Yeah.
you could just find it in New York. So
On
me
tap.
and my mate went for Ethiopian food, which was really good. Which sounds like a joke. Go for an Ethiopian meal, but it was.
How's Ethiopian food?
So what they do is the meal is like for 2 people they bring
I'd
out a
just
big
like to interrupt
dish.
with one of the harshest jokes I've ever heard.
Okay.
It's,
Okay,
Is it broadcastable?
we might edit it out.
okay. Okay, but what Ethiopian food, they bring out a big plate for the 2 of you, and there's a big pancake in the middle of it,
Right.
and then there's loads of different like dollops of curry, like different curry,
Nice.
and you eat the curry, and then at the end you've got this big pancake that soaks up all the curry to eat.
Ah,
That
That's
does sound
one of the
amazing.
best meals I've ever had.
That's lovely. You could cook that as you're a chef now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That takes
we're,
ages.
we're having all this food,
Yeah.
and we're going out with Keith Richards, Elvis, James Brown.
Bruce Lee as well.
Bruce Lee.
I love Bruce Lee. I'd want John Lennon. And
I feel like Bruce Lee would be terrible to go out with because he's too concerned about his health.
Well,
No, but if you
apparently
could
he
back
smoked
you up-
ganja, you know.
You could say anything to anyone.
Oh yeah, you could just
Yeah.
go around
Yeah.
starting
Yeah.
fights.
You're a
and then
prick. You're a prick. You're
So
a
that's
prick.
Bruce Lee.
just
Yeah.
go around to slap someone. Be like, "What you doing, Bruce Lee?"
And they'd be
Yeah,
like,
but that's
Bruce has gone to the toilet. Oh fuck!
I'd have, who do you have at your ideal meal? It'd be like Bruce Lee, Elvis, John Lennon. Who else would you add to that?
I wouldn't have any of those, but
Who would you have?
oh, it is tough. I mean, might bring Adolf along. This podcast has got a weird theme.
Yeah, man. I like it.
Yeah, think of a title for this one.
This was supposed to be the dry January special. Since
Fuck it right up.
you don't drink
I think it's turned into a celebrity hoedown, man.
Food.
yeah.
Celebrity foodie hoedown with a bit of time travel. How long have we been going? Is it
What
been
we
2
might
hours
do
now?
is we might take a break while I score this up and
Yeah.
then come back with the scores.
Come back with the score for the night.
And we're back
Yeah.
after I've totaled up the scores, come up with my my judgment.
This is
which,
tense.
Yeah, it's
You're currently bottom of the leaderboard.
I am. Yeah. What was mine? Was it like 6?
7.4, I think.
7.4.
What is that in terms of being wild?
No, it's
very
just
much up to the scorers.
it's basically I'm making up on the spot depending on how I'm feeling.
Good.
I
like
so to run through the night, we're at your night,
Yeah.
comedy night, which
Yeah.
I've given 9 out of 10. It would be
Ooh.
10 out of 10 if you've ever had me on, but you haven't. So
Oh,
Sort
yeah.
of, sort of little hint there from Aiden.
no, 9 out of 10. Yeah, not
Yeah.
not asking.
You'll
They
have
were on
to- You'll have to apply.
that is a fair point.
Yeah.
Still water and iron brew. I am a functioning alcoholic, so that gets a 1.
Oh.
It would be a 0 if it was water, but iron brew.
Iron brew is class.
I do like iron brew,
I like
but
that.
that gives it a
Iron
1.
brew sugar free as well. It's very nice.
Then a load of food, which it was a 1 when it was just a chicken tuna and mackerel pizza, but it's gone up to a 2 because we brought in burgers and stir fry and ice cream.
Yeah.
Then your guests. I mean, I do like. I think Keith Richards and that, like the Hellraisers and all that. They'd be a good night out. They would.
You cannot argue with that.
They'd.
Oliver Reed.
As I said in the previous episode, I like a night to be derailed.
Oh.
That's like my favourite night out is one that doesn't go to plan, and I think they would make that happen.
I think so.
So they're getting a strong 10, and I am literally changing the score of everything I've written down as I'm doing this
Jesus, look at this.
to
Chaos.
come up with a total score. You know, it would be good, but the food let it down, and the water let it down. So therefore, we're getting a 6 out of 10. And
All
also
right,
that
Above average.
and also it means I'm not boss of the leaderboard anymore.
Yeah, I think-
that's the
oh,
key. That's the key thing in this is whoever came on, they weren't going to get more
They're
than
gonna
I
get lower
did
than
because I'm
7,
no
yeah.
longer bottom.
Well, that's still good, man. You know, I didn't get
Take that.
0, so you
Yeah.
know, pretty good.
I think seeing as my co-host has so harshly scored you there, we're going to give you some time now to just plug whatever you want.
Project Mayhem. If you join the comedy page on Facebook, Project Mayhem Comedy Open Mic page. If you want to get in, send me an email to shamzamancomic@gmail.com with your CV. Tell me how many gigs you've done. If you've got a video,
Yeah,
it'd be
what's-
helpful.
I thought the
we-
way to get in was to invite you on a podcast and then moan about the fact that you've not been on.
Shamzamancomic@gmail.com. Well, Aidan, you could just turn up on the 9th. Hang on, the 9th of February, the next one. I'll put you on for 5 minutes if required. If you're free on that day.
And that's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Networking.
No, bring them on, berate them for 2 hours about.
About not liking Queen, and then I might have you on for 5 minutes. You know, share the poster. You'll have the poster at hand, and just tell people about it. Then come down, have a laugh, meet all the other comics. It should be lovely. Yeah, and then I've got my own page, Sham Zaman Comedian on Facebook. I usually post where I'm appearing. If you like my stuff, good. If you don't like it, oh well.
Get fucked.
No, because you can't expect all people to like you. Can you know, like it's art subjective. Isn't
Yeah, but
it?
you don't need to be nice to those who don't. So
That's true.
fuck 'em.
Well, you know, you said like
They don't get it, man.
but
Their
like,
problem.
do you like one-liners? One-liner comedians.
I love them because I can't do it.
Okay.
I cannot write the joke in that form.
For me, I'm not saying like it's not good or whatever. It's just for me, I don't really get it. If you know, like it's just when I watch it, I'm just like, it's funny, and I know that it's funny. It's just I'm not.
What, Jimmy Carr? Have you seen him?
I like Jimmy Carr.
Yeah.
He's very good at it. So I love Tim Vine.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
nah. It's just
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, if all comedians did exactly
The
the same
same,
thing,
yeah.
it'd be a boring.
None of
world.
it would be
So
funny.
Yeah, well, yeah, it'd just be like very homogenized and safe, wouldn't it? It'd just be boring. So
yeah, if everyone
I'm
was
glad
just copying
I'm
everyone's
glad
jokes,
there's lots of different
be Amy
types.
Schumer.
I think I'm more like. Do you like surrealism?
Yeah, I love surreal, like Vic and Bob.
Yeah,
Like,
so
I'll
I'm
grow
not
up
on
on
that because, like, with that one, you're not anchored in reality anymore.
Yeah.
You could just write about anything, and like, you know, dinosaurs that love Marxism
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So, like, you're not anchored in any, and so the only limit you've got is your own
Your
imagination,
imagination,
you
yeah.
know. So then I get scared sometimes when I'm writing, like, is this the best I can do?
Yeah,
So, like, the next sketch, I try to better it.
that's the worst thing about stand-up. Is like you can only test it
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
scary
there's
thing
no
about it.
other way.
Like if
you
you
can-
perform it for your mates, they're just gonna go, "Oh yeah, that's really good."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you perform it in front of an audience who don't
Yeah.
like you, they will
Yeah.
tell you will know because they
Yeah.
won't laugh.
Just dead air.
Yeah.
And just eyes full of daggers. Thinking,
My standard
"Get this
set."
guy. Get out of it. Where are you, Peter? I've never seen you perform, you know.
I'm very secretive.
Oh, okay. Tell me, have you done the Loki gig yet? Every
Nah,
Monday?
I've not done Loki or what's the other one? They do it at the Vic, don't they?
Yeah, there's one. No, they stopped the Vic one.
Oh,
There's
they-
one at the Great Western Arcade.
Oh, the Good Intentions.
Yeah. So like, just apply for those, and
Yeah.
then at least it's local. Are you traveling with the Aiden? Are you doing car shares?
Sometimes, whenever I can't drive, but whenever Aiden gives me a lift,
That's
Yeah,
fine,
so Dan
You-
will do a gig when I'm the taxi driver.
yeah,
Oh,
when Aiden
nice.
will drive me there. Yeah,
That's really good that you've driven so far. You know, Sheffield's miles away, man.
Yeah, I've got
We did
Bristol
Leicester as
next
well.
week. Yeah.
Really? Okay. So is your intention just to get out there and meet as many different promoters?
It's a bit of that. It's a bit because
Nothing else to
working
do.
evenings and stuff.
Yeah.
It's I can't do every night, so it's like I have
Yeah.
to pick and choose, and
Oh,
I
okay.
normally have to book things quite late, so
Yeah.
I have to keep my options open.
Yeah.
And it's also I've got like friends up and down the country I haven't seen in ages, so it's
Brilliant.
just it's a
Oh,
good
right, it's a
excuse.
social.
Like when I go to Bristol next week, I'm seeing people who I haven't seen since uni.
Oh,
And
nice.
so it's just a good excuse to go and meet up with them as well.
Bring them out as well.
Yeah, exactly.
For support. Hopefully they'll laugh.
Yeah. So a couple of them are coming, and it's just a good excuse to go down and see them.
Oh, that's nice, man. Yeah. That's it then. Are we done, lads?
Well, yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much. And
Oh,
I'll see
we're on
you.
Twitter and Instagram at the NDA Pod.
I mean, we'll do an outro.
Okay.
Yeah. And there we have it. All wrapped up.
Harsh judgment from Aiden.
Harsh judgment.
Bias as well.
It's a podcast about nights out, and I'm not dissing Sham, but
Oh, it sounds like you are.
well, I am. Well, I'm not really. It's just I'm a functional alcoholic, and if you say what, I'm gonna give you a score of 1.
Fair.
Yeah, follow us on
Instagram, Twitter at the NDA Pod.
like the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Tell your friends.
Or enemies.
Get it tattooed on you.
Yeah.
If you get it
Preferably
tattooed
on
on
your
you, we
perineum.
will bring you on as a guest. That's a
Possibly.
promise.
Okay. But yeah, that's it. We're going to the pub now. Being true to form. We're rushing this outro because we want to get to the pub.
That is true. Yeah.
Where we will be drinking again.
Let's go.
Cheers, guys. Bye.